Liverpool's transfer window has been one of the most dramatic and closely watched in recent memory, and with only hours left before the deadline, the club finds itself at the center of some of the biggest stories in Europe, from Mohamed Salah's contract extension that calmed the nerves of millions of fans, to the ongoing sagas involving Michael Olise, Joe Gomez, Marc Guehi, and Alexander Isak. Every move Liverpool make feels like it could define the immediate future of the Arne Slot era. The biggest headline of all arrived before the curtain had even been raised on this season. Liverpool's hierarchy, led by Richard Hughes, managed to pull off what many had feared would prove impossible. Mohamed Salah, the Egyptian king himself, was convinced to commit his future to the club once again. With his previous contract due to expire in 2025, there were growing concerns that Salah could walk away on a free, leaving Anfield without its most consistent scorer of the modern era. But in a masterstroke of negotiation, Salah signed a new deal running until 2027. At 33 years of age, he remains Liverpool's talisman, a figure who guarantees goals and still terrifies defenders across the continent. That extension does more than just keep Salah at Anfield. It buys Liverpool precious time. There is no urgent need to immediately find a replacement for a player who has delivered record-breaking numbers season after season. Instead, the club can afford to carefully scan the market, identify the right long-term successor, and avoid the kind of rushed transfer that could destabilize Salah's first full campaign in charge. But even with Salah tied down, whispers about potential heirs to his throne are growing louder, and one name has already moved to the top of the conversation: Michael Olise. Olise, the 23-year-old French winger, is enjoying a rapid rise to stardom since making the move from Crystal Palace to Bayern Munich last summer. Signed for around £50 million in 2024, he has wasted no time establishing himself as one of the Bundesliga's brightest stars. According to respected journalist Christian Falk, Liverpool, Manchester City, and Paris Saint-Germain are all monitoring Olise's progress with keen interest. Falk described Olise as a player in top form and even revealed that Bayern veteran Thomas Müller has already tipped him to become a future leader of the Bavarian Giants. The attraction for Liverpool is obvious. Olise is technically brilliant, fearless in one-on-one situations, and capable of producing moments of magic from the right wing, a profile that feels tailor-made for a club that will, sooner or later, need to transition from Salah's brilliance to the next great attacking star. PSG view him as a natural fit for their French-driven project, while Manchester City, never shy about rating rivals for elite talent, see him as another weapon for Pep Guardiola's system. But there is a major catch. Despite rumors last week about a release clause in Olise's contract, Falk has confirmed that no such clause exists. That means any club hoping to prize him away from Bayern will have to pay an extraordinary fee, likely far higher than the £50 million Bayern initially paid. Bayern have no interest in selling, and have already made it clear that offers will not be entertained. If Liverpool want Olise as Salah's eventual successor, they must prepare to break the bank. While speculation swirls about incoming stars, another major subplot involves a player who could be heading for the exit door: Joe Gomez. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that AC Milan have submitted an official bid to sign the Liverpool defender, with talks already underway for a permanent deal. Gomez, who joined the club back in 2015 and has now spent a decade at Anfield, has struggled to nail down a starting spot despite his obvious quality. Frequently praised by teammates like Virgil van Dijk as outstanding, Gomez has nonetheless spent much of his Liverpool career on the fringes, used as a reliable backup, but rarely trusted as the long-term answer at centre-back. The timing of Milan's bid is telling. Liverpool are deep in negotiations to sign Marc Guehi from Crystal Palace, and Romano has confirmed that Gomez will only be allowed to depart if the Guehi deal is completed. Guehi, 25, has been identified as a key defensive reinforcement, especially with uncertainty surrounding the future of Ibrahima Konate, whose contract expires next summer. Slot currently relies heavily on the Van Dijk-Konate partnership, but injuries and contract concerns mean depth is desperately needed. With Jarell Quansah already sent to Bayer Leverkusen earlier in the window, Liverpool cannot afford to be left short. Romano has revealed that Liverpool submitted a £35 million bid for Guehi on Saturday, with Palace countering by asking for £35 million plus £5 million. Negotiations are advanced, and all parties are said to be close to an agreement. The contract is ready, Guehi is happy with the terms, and Liverpool believe the deal will get over the line. The only sticking point: Palace themselves. Oliver Glasner, the Palace manager, made it clear last week that finding a replacement for Guehi so late in the window will be extremely difficult. The Eagles are set to play Aston Villa, and as of Saturday night, Guehi was still scheduled to feature, a strong indicator of Palace's reluctance to let their captain go. The situation leaves Palace with a difficult decision: keep Guehi for another season and risk losing him for free in 2026, or cash in now and trust the recruitment team to find a replacement before the deadline. Liverpool are waiting anxiously for the green light, and Guehi is not the only high-profile target Liverpool are chasing. The other major name in play is Newcastle United's Alexander Isak. The Swedish striker has been on Liverpool's radar for months, and Arne Slot has identified him as the ideal candidate to become the Reds' new number 9. Isak's movement, composure in front of goal, and ability to play across the front line make him a dream addition, but prizing him away from St James's Park is no easy task. Newcastle rejected Liverpool's opening bid of £110 million, demanding a figure closer to £130 million. With the deadline looming, time is running out, and both clubs know the decision could shape their seasons. Romano has confirmed that Liverpool remain confident of landing Isak, but the negotiations are delicate. Much like the Guehi situation, the transfer depends on whether Newcastle are willing to cash in on their star forward and whether they can find a replacement in time. If Liverpool manage to secure both Guehi and Isak before Monday's 7 p.m. deadline, it would represent a sensational coup and send a powerful statement to the rest of the Premier League. But failure to land either could leave the squad exposed, with too much pressure resting on Salah, Darwin Núñez, and Cody Gakpo up front, and on Van Dijk and Konate at the back. The coming hours, then, are absolutely critical. Salah's extension has given Liverpool breathing room, but the club knows they cannot rely solely on his goals forever. Olise represents the long-term vision, a player who could carry the attacking mantle into the next generation. Guehi is the defensive anchor they desperately need, a player who can grow alongside Van Dijk and potentially replace him in the years ahead. And Isak is the striker Liverpool have lacked since the departure of Roberto Firmino, a true centre-forward capable of delivering 20-plus goals per season. Meanwhile, Gomez's future hangs in the balance, tied directly to whether Guehi signs. For a player who is given 10 years of service, a move to Milan might finally give him the regular minutes he craves, and Liverpool will not stand in his way if the defensive reinforcements are secured. This is the nature of deadline day drama, dominoes waiting to fall, with one transfer opening the door for another. Liverpool fans have been here before, and they know that sometimes patience is rewarded with a blockbuster signing, while other times frustration sets in when the clock strikes and no deals are finalized. What is certain is that Arne Slot's Liverpool project is taking shape, and the decisions made in these final hours could determine whether his debut season delivers silverware or struggles. The stakes could hardly be higher. By the time the window closes, we will know whether Liverpool have pulled off another masterclass or been left to regret opportunities missed. Salah's contract renewal may have set the tone, but now it is down to Guehi, Isak, and possibly even Olise to define what comes next. For Liverpool, this transfer window could be remembered for years to come, as the moment the next era truly began, or the chance that slipped away.